Sarah was folding laundry when her phone buzzed. A text. Her package, the one she'd actually been waiting for all week, had a delivery problem. Wrong address on file. Tap the link to fix it. She didn't think twice. Why would she? She really was expecting a package. That's the entire trick. And by the time Sarah realized what had actually happened, it wasn't 99 cents anymore. This isn't a rare story. It's one of the most reported scams in America right now. And it works precisely because it never feels like a scam. It feels like Tuesday. Sarah was 31, a marketing coordinator, the kind of person who considered herself careful with money and reasonably tech-savvy. She knew not to trust an email from a prince needing help moving money. She knew not to answer calls from numbers she didn't recognize. If you'd asked her a week earlier whether she'd ever get scammed by a text message, she would have laughed. 3 days before the text arrived, she'd ordered a birthday gift for her sister online, the kind of small purchase she made every week without thinking twice. Like most people now, she almost always had something in transit, and she'd genuinely lost track of exactly which order it might be. That's precisely the condition scammers are counting on. The text arrived on a Tuesday afternoon between meetings. USPS. Your package could not be delivered due to incomplete address information. Tap here to schedule redelivery. It included what looked like a legitimate tracking number, formatted exactly the way real ones look, though she had no way to know at a glance whether it matched any of her actual orders. She tapped the link without checking. The page that loaded looked convincing in every way that mattered. The real USPS blue and red logo, clean formatting, no spelling errors, the kind of visual polish that used to be a reliable warning sign for clumsier scams, but isn't anymore. It claimed a redelivery. Attempt had failed due to an address issue and asked her to confirm her details to release the hold. Then it asked for a small redelivery fee. 99 cents. 99 cents felt like nothing. Less than a coffee. She typed in her full card number, expiration date, and security code without a second thought, the way she'd typed that same information into 100 legitimate checkout pages before. The charge went through instantly. A confirmation message appeared. Your package will be redelivered within 24 hours. Sarah closed the tab, put her phone in her pocket, and went back to folding laundry. The whole interaction had taken less than 40 seconds. Here's what actually happened in those 40 seconds. She hadn't just paid 99 cents. She had handed a criminal operation her complete card number, expiration date, security code, and billing address, all on one form, all because the entire experience felt too small and too mundane to question. No dramatic red flag. No broken English. Just an ordinary-looking form, asking for information she'd typed 100 times before, for an amount too small to feel worth double-checking. For 4 days, nothing happened. That delay is part of what makes this scam pattern so effective, long enough that most people have completely forgotten the 99-cent transaction by the time anything else occurs. On the 5th day, Sarah's bank flagged unusual activity. Someone had used her card details to make a $400 purchase from an electronics retailer she'd never heard of, shipped to a state she'd never visited. Her bank's fraud system caught the pattern and blocked a second, larger attempted charge, nearly $1,100, before it could go through. She was lucky. Not every case ends that way. Some victims don't notice unauthorized charges for weeks, especially when the amounts are kept deliberately close to their normal spending habits to avoid triggering fraud alerts at all. Sarah spent the next 2 weeks canceling her card, disputing the $400 charge, and manually updating the new card number across every subscription tied to the old one. It took longer to fix the fallout than it had taken to fall for the scam in the first place. She never recovered the 99 cents, since the business she'd technically paid never existed as a real merchant. The transaction had simply routed her card details straight to the people behind the fake site. This exact pattern, a fake delivery text, a convincing fake tracking number, and a tiny convenience fee designed to feel too small to worry about, is now one of the single most reported scams to the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center. Phishing and smishing together generated close to 300,000 official reports in a recent year alone, and researchers are clear that number represents only a fraction of actual cases, since most victims of small-dollar scams never file a formal complaint at all. The scam works because of precise timing, not cleverness. You're not targeted randomly, you're targeted the moment you're statistically likely to be expecting a delivery, because online shopping means almost everyone, almost always, has something in transit somewhere. The message doesn't need to be sophisticated. It just needs to arrive at a moment when an ordinary situation makes your guard come down naturally, and the 99 cents was never really the point. It's the hook that gets your complete card details typed into a form you'd never fill out if the stakes felt higher up front. Once an operation has your full card number and billing zip code, 99 cents can become $400, then potentially thousands more, often before the first charge even registers as unusual. It's worth knowing exactly what the real carriers say about this. The U.S. Postal Service has stated clearly that it does not send unsolicited texts asking for payment or card details through a link. It only sends tracking texts if you specifically opted in for that specific package. FedEx and UPS say the same thing. If you didn't sign up for text tracking on that specific delivery, a text asking you to click anything at all should be treated as suspicious by default, no matter how convincing the logo looks. Here's the moral, and it isn't complicated. The most dangerous scams today rarely look dramatic. They don't involve a stranger claiming to be royalty or an obviously broken email promising millions. They look like an ordinary Tuesday afternoon text about a package you were already expecting, asking for an amount so small it doesn't feel worth questioning at all. If a delivery text asks you to click a link and enter payment information for any amount, no matter how small, stop before you type anything. Go directly to the carrier's official app or website yourself, using your own saved tracking number from your original order confirmation, never the number provided inside the text itself. The smallest ask is very often the most dangerous one. It's specifically designed to feel too minor to double-check. That exact feeling, "It's just 99 cents, why would I look any closer?" is precisely the reaction this entire scam is built around producing in you. Sarah still shops online just as often as she did before, but now, when a delivery text arrives, she opens the carrier's app herself and checks the tracking number against her own order history first, every single time, no matter how ordinary the message looks.